Hi, this is group B9 for Elect 291. So we're just going to quickly run through our board and all its features. We have a soak time, a soak temp, reflow time, reflow temp. So these are all parameters we can change. They can go up, they can go down. We're going to set this one a little down, for example, right? And then we're going to, this is our start-stop mode. So we're going to quickly start our board. So we're currently in the ramp stage right now. We have our live temperature counter there. There's our soak time. There's our time tracker, right? And if you take a look at our graph on Python, we have a moving graph that's slowly going up there, right? It's in the green stage right now, all right? We have another indication of our green stage as well. It's given by this photo here, okay? And then the minute we pass 60, which was the safe temperature handling limit, I believe, we have a change of image here, all right? It's just that we have a thermocouple going up, all right? And then we have the board in there, or, well, it's just a demo right now. PWM controllers and is going into the SSR, etc. And we're back to our original control system, so we're just going to keep an eye on the graph for now. Yeah, so just a little bit of a slow increase, but it's fine, right? And then we should see our soak time was our soak temperature was 150, so at that point we should see a temperature change, or a state change, sorry. Right? There you go. Issues with the timer, but that's fine right now. We're currently around 90 degrees-ish. So you can see that definitely heating up. It's definitely getting to work and stuff, right? And stuff we've actually, so in our code, we've actually artificially lowered the time at which our graph would change to red, just to demonstrate it and stuff, because technically that was supposed to be a temperature limit that we weren't supposed to exceed, and that was supposed to be a warning. But we've changed that a little lower. It's around 215 now, so you should be able to see the change artificially, because that was to make sure the PCBs wouldn't burn. But right now, of course, we don't have any PCBs in here, right? So it's currently the graph, the progress of the graph. Looks like a decent reflow curve. Increase the voltage coming in from the thermocouple. Obviously on the N76, that gets turned into a temperature value, and you should be able to see a state change relatively quickly. Now we're in soak stage, so we're going to be toggling on and off the PWM basically, just to try and maintain the temperature around this time. So we're going to go back to the graph as well. It's going to be a pretty decent reflow curve. Yep. We have both an overall timer. We also have a individual soak time timer as well. That's another feature we've added, right? So it's hovering around our soak time. It's not precise, of course, but reflow soldering in general isn't. Right. Oh, now we've moved on to the ramp stage. So we're going to be heating up again. Our reflow target temperature is actually 216, so where you should get a temperature somewhat around that. You can see the graph changing at this point. It looks like a pretty solid reflow curve. So we're pretty clearly nearing that 216 reflow that we've programmed. All right, now we're in the reflow stage, as you can see. So we're going to be holding around this temperature. We've also changed the graph. Now, normally this would be changing around 240 degrees, but we're changing it to 215 just to showcase it as a feature. But essentially, we have the graph turn red. We have this other image pop up to indicate that the board is in danger of being burned. But obviously, this would be at a higher temperature normally. We just decided to set it lower, so it'd take less time to ramp up too. All right, and then once the reflow timer is done, we'll be moving on to the cooling stage. All right, and now we're in the cooling stage. So this is basically one of the last states of our FSM, right? You can see the graph is going to start to drop. We're actually just going to quickly open up the door of the oven. There's nothing in here right now. It's just a test. And then, as you can see, you just saw that color change, right? So we're going to quickly drop in temperature. And that's basically it. I mean, the rest of it is just cooling, so